Hello, good evening, Marwin. Hello, welcome to the interview series of skating channel of mine. To our audience who are watching it for the very first time, I'm Krishnan Srinivasan, a fine art photographer, a distance skater, and a small time freelance skater. I'm kind of initiating or thought of initiating this wonderful process of connecting to the distance skaters worldwide, and who we have here is a well-known pal, a friend, I would say, because like we have been in touch for more than almost 2 years right now. And I came to know about this wonderful human being through Miss Lena Meringdil or Lena Meringdil. And we've been in touch on Instagram chats. We even had a pep talk before this interview, for like almost an hour. See, that's how he's more caring and more, like effort taking to make sure this interview to be turning out to be a good one. Okay, so who we have here is a wonderful distance skater, and he has taken part in wonderful many races of distance skating, and he has won most of them. And who we have here is Mr. Marwin Van Rijen, and he is from Netherlands. And we have spoken about this call, and within such a short notice, he has reverted back to us today. So happy to have you here in our interview series, Mr. Marwin. So I'm so glad to see you here. Vanakkam, welcome. This is my welcome gesture in my land. Okay, so
Okay.
oh yeah, and welcome. I have given a big monologue right now, and I have told my perception actually. So I people would love to hear it from you itself. You are the guest here, and who is Marwin Van Rijen? Tell about yourself.
I am Marwin Van Rijen, as Krishnan said, and I'm a distance skater. And I do climate technology as my work.
Mm-hmm.
And I love to go to do some skating, some distance skating. It's like relaxing my mind after a harsh day. And yeah, what else can I say about myself? I like skating and being out.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful, Marvin. So I understand you are an athlete, a marathon runner, a trail runner, I suppose. How did that translate into distance skating?
It's kind of a long story.
Mm-hmm.
I It all started on a holiday in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have a nice transportation.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to take my car everywhere, so I went to a store there, bought a longboard without any experience,
Mm-hmm.
and learned to longboard to get from A to B.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of I had like no bike with me, nothing else instead of the car. And I was like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is a nice way of transportation, and turned out to be really nice to do.
Mm-hmm.
So moving forward, I also started to do some freestyle and dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And one time I met two persons in a park, and they did LDP, they did distance skating.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way they said, yeah, you should join my group. They had a group in Breda, a community. So they want me to start as a teacher, somebody to do some explaining about the tricks.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I had a skate with these two people,
Mm-hmm.
me on my freestyle platform and they on their LDP platform. And I kept up with them, and they say, hey, you should definitely join us. You should definitely do LDP. You're so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yeah, maybe I should. It sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I also tried on that day their platform, and I pumped directly, skated directly. They say, yeah, you're amazing at this. You should definitely try this. And so it all started.
Mm-hmm.
That's the short version of the story.
So natural, so
yeah,
natural, right from the start. That's amazing. Yeah, not many people would have that talent, like when they are on the board, they might feel little fear or like, the fear of falling and everything, but you have been very natural then right from the start, and you got some good comments from your fellow riders who have been distance skating for quite a long time, I suppose. That's amazing, Marwin. That's amazing. So tell me about your association with MK Longboards. How did you come to know Miss Lena Meringdal?
Okay, back then I did also a little bit of distance skating and also some downhill freeride skating. And I saw a post on Instagram about her page. And I asked her, do you also make like downhill freeride platforms? And she said, yeah, I could make a downhill freeride platform. And so it all started. I met Lena at some point, went to her place, had a conversation how it should be. And we did some skating with each other as well. So we had like a friendship started instead of like a commercial side of her. And that's actually how it all started. We skated sometimes together, and at some point she said, her company became a little bigger, she had bigger sales, and she asked me if I could test her platforms, and that's how it all started.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, like, how much input do you give it to Miss Lena Meringdal for the board designs that she is doing? Do you only test the boards, or like you will be involved in the process of building it right from the start?
Now she has an idea and she works it out. I test it for some distance and say, maybe you should change a little bit of this or that, like the length or the concave, for example, or how it flexes. And try to find what's working well. Sometimes you have to change the materials inside of the platform. Like she's the one, she decides what materials she wants to use in a platform, and she does a lot of research in like durability and how it behaves. But I'm telling her like maybe you should add something different on the material to add a little bit of more stability, for example, or more rebound out of your platform. And it all starts with we draw like it's like kind of like a star. And we have different topics from stability to speed, comfort, etc. And we try to balance it like if it should do everything. It should be durable, it should be fast, and it should be feeling stable as well. Because if a board gets really flexy, you lose a bit of stability. And some platforms we try to get more in such a category. Some boards are better at going fast, some at going distance, for example.
Yeah, I understand. I understand the process. Like, does it involve too much back and forth, or like, she designs the board, takes her input, and implements those improved suggestions onto the next version of that board, or like she would try to put that in the same version of the board?
Well, we start with the idea of a platform. So if you want to design a platform for going the distance, she makes a model, we test it, and we try to find if we can improve it over time. So we get a version 1, version 2, etc. And at some point you can't get it any better at this point. So that's how we make platforms. We have an idea for what we want in a platform and try to improve it every time we have a new version.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. How many MK longboards, long distance boards that you own right now? Or like, do you get it for free as a sponsor?
Most I get for free. Sometimes I buy one, but most are for free. They are like the test boards. I own the test boards. I
understand. Prototypes.
Yes, exactly.
Nice. Like, which is your favorite one?
Oh, that's a tough question. I really like it was a test board. It was not really for production, but it was the one I used at the Dutch Ultra Skate this year. It was it was called the Tourer, and instead of the carbon layers, it had another Vectron layers, and it behaves really weird. It's not like your typical longboard. It was kind of springy. It acts like a spring, but it doesn't flex back. It just drops and stays in that position.
Okay.
But it's filled,
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, it filters everything away. You don't feel any cracks or stones in the road. That was why I liked it so much for going the distance. And it was not the fastest, but it's in the end you kept on nice pace overall.
That's nice. So it's called Tourer, is it? Just Tourer?
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Cool.
for now, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So, like, do you ride any other boards from other companies? Are you sponsored by other companies?
No, I'm not. I don't own any other brands at the moment.
Oh, cool. Okay, no problem. That's you're going to come along one day, anyways. Like, do you have a company in mind that you wanted to try always?
But I always want to try. Well, I had some conversation with Paul, and he for Paul Mahoney, yeah, and he also makes platforms. And I had a chat with him. If he makes a platform, I really want to try it out as well.
Okay.
But for now, Lena's sponsoring me, and I like to stay with Lena for now.
Of course, I understand.
Yeah, I don't want to have like all kind of different boards. I am sponsored by Lena, and I should ride her platforms.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. I was kind of expecting that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So, what are all the races you've been part of so far? Can you name them?
There are not a lot. It all started at the Misfits Marathon in Breda. I always go to Luckenwalde, close to Berlin, to the Flaming Runde. And I also go to the Dutch Ultra now this year for the first time, and that's how all the races I actually been to.
Okay, cool.
There are some tours I do, but it's not a competition.
Okay, so what are all your riding experiences with these races? Starting with the Misfits, Flaming Hyundai, and the Dutch Ultra.
In order, you mean the order of the races?
You can order it. Like start with Misfits, then we'll go to other ones.
Now it all started. The first race we have is the Dutch Ultra Skate. And after the Dutch Ultra Skate, we have the Marathon, the Misfits, and the Flaming Runde. But sometimes they switch. So the last year we had first the Misfits and then the Flaming. And this year was first Flaming and then the Misfits, if I'm right. Yeah.
Okay. So your experiences in doing Misfits Marathon, how was that?
Experience. It's going as fast as possible. It's not much thinking. You're in your own zone, in your own race, and it's less of a group.
Okay.
It's more riding by yourself and try to stay behind the guys who are in front of you. That's how you rate. That's how you skate the Misfits. If you compare it to
please.
If you compare it to the Flaming Runde, you skate more in a group at the same level of riders because the distance is way more is doubled.
I understand. So in Misfits, the track, I understand it's so gnarly, it's so curvy. So like, how do you go about that? What was your choice of board for Misfits?
This year I had the Procyon Banana, and it has the curved tail. So specially designed for the TTX to set it at 0. But it also makes the deck lower. So I'm gonna push more because it's really curvy and you can't pump that much. So I want a hybrid, but as low as possible. So that's the reason I chose for the banana.
Oh, cool, super cool. So like, had they had this lap counter chip all the time with Misfits Marathon, or they introduced it only this year?
No, they had it always. They gave you like an ankle band with a chip in it, and every time you pass the finish flag, they register your time every lap. So it has been there. It's always been that way. Yeah.
Cool, cool. So let's come to that another race of Flaming Runde. It's, I understand, 95 kilometers of distance. So what was your choice of board, and what was your strategies?
It was the same platform because you have more elevation in the flame runde.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, going more uphill, you want a nice low board.
Mm-hmm.
So it's with the same idea, as low as possible, and you don't pump as much.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need that extra leverage.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my reason this year as well to take the banana.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So you said like you'd ride in a pack on a Flaming Ronde. So if you're going to stay with the pack, as in like how many people will be there in the pack of who is leading the race normally?
Oh, normally it's as every time I went, it was or Leonard. The first edition I went, and the second edition was Mathieu.
Okay, okay. With Dutch Ultra Skate, this was your first Dutch Ultra Skate, and you finished third. That was really amazing, and I've been following your live timings, and you've been almost always sticking to the leading pack. So how was that possible? What was your strategy? How did you prepare for that Dutch Ultra Skate?
Now the preparation was 4 months before the ultra skate, and we went every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We did a 6-hour ride, so 100 miles, so 100 miles, 160 kilometers,
Mm-hmm.
and training the distance. And during the weeks, I did some running and other distance activities.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice. So, like, you've been participating for a few races now. What would you do after the race? Like, how do you rest your body? How to, like, regain the regular metabolism for your day-to-day activity? How do you go with that?
Now, the moment I stop skating, I do some stretching,
Mm-hmm.
keeping my legs calm.
Mm-hmm.
Take all the nutritions I need, like in bars, like shakes, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and try to stay active. Do some walking, for example, or going for a bike ride. Try to stay active, but
Mm-hmm.
not with efforts. Just relax your legs,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing more. Just take it easy on your body.
Cool, cool. So, was banana or the Procyon was a choice for Dutch Ultra Skate too, or like you had a different board?
Well, back then the banana didn't exist yet, if I'm right, or was not. I didn't own it yet,
Okay.
so I had what I told you, the Tourer, the Procyon with the Vectran fibers.
Yes, yes, yes. I was just trying to recollect. Anyways, so what are the GPS apps that you use with your mobile phone, and what is your favorite GPS watch?
I use Garmin as the app and as watch,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe it's the 255 from Garmin. I'm not sure.
Okay.
And on the Dutch Ultra, I used another brand. I used I forgot. I know it's a Pacer Pro. I come back to it. I come back to you when I have the name.
That's what I remember. You told me about another watch when I asked for you a suggestion. I think it was Pacer Pro. I think.
Yeah, it's a Polar. It's a Polar. That's the brand's
Polar
name.
Pro.
Yeah.
It was very big dial. It has a very big dial, and it has its own map. Yeah. Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. So, like, who are your riding buddies? Like, I see your map to Wenbahnweg, if I'm pronouncing it correct, or it might be bad. But who are your regular riding buddies for distance skating?
Mostly, if I go on, I skate mostly alone. But if I go with friends, I go with Edwin and Michel and or with Lena. Sometimes I go out with Felix.
Mm-hmm.
And that are my standard riding buddies.
That's
And
nice.
sometimes
So, which is your favorite part of time to ride? Morning, day, evening, night?
I prefer the rides on the weekend. Just having your breakfast and start at 10 o'clock, and then do your long ride and come home just before your dinner.
Oh,
Just sit home, relaxed. Yeah.
that's cool. So you have any shops on your skate path wherein, like, if you want to buy some water, or like if you want to drink some drink or buy some food, Will there be shops available on your route?
Yes, I could do that, but I mostly carry all everything with myself on a training ride.
Nice. Do you?
Except for the long trainings I did for ultra,
Uh-huh.
we go to a park and they have filling points for your water.
Cool.
So that's really nice. They have it.
Nice, nice, nice. So, do you have access to restrooms on the way, like in the bike paths, or it's just the bushes?
Yeah, there are a lot of places I could go to. Especially where I live, there are all tiny like villages and places connect to each other. So every 20 minutes or less, you have a restaurant or a supermarket or anything you need.
That's amazing. That's a wonderful place to skate, I believe. So, what is your favorite weather to ride? Like summer or winter or rainy season?
Ooh, that's a tough question. To have a nice skate, I would say the beginning of the summer because it's not too hot, the roads are dry, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the scenery in autumn, winter.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the roads are messy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what would you advise for somebody who want to skate in the rains? Actually, because I understand Dutch Ultra Skate was almost half the time it was raining, and how did you go about it? Like, what would you advise?
In a competition or in training or what do you?
Anytime for who wants to ride in the rain, wet weather, what would you advise?
Yeah, I would say don't skate expensive gear.
Mm-hmm.
Like get something that's pumpable, for example, the Bayonet from Paul or a Bennett or a
Mm-hmm.
pumpable truck
Mm-hmm.
that needs less maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want your fancy trucks to get all messed up and screw your pivots up, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And make a car, make some fenders for your back truck or tail and your fork so you don't get all the water on your platform and on your socks and
All the slush.
get a nice rain jacket and get some outdoor backpack because they mostly have like a shield, like a cover for the rain, and
Mm-hmm.
they have the option to use a camel bag as well. These bags where you can put your water and drinks in,
Mm-hmm. Nice, nice, nice.
and yeah,
Mm.
that's what I would say.
Cool. Like, how did Edwin join your pack of regular riders? I understand when I knew Edwin, like he was. I don't understand like if he had been in your pack of regular skating group, but I understand like he joined you in the later stages or something. How did you know Edwin? Like, how is he going for the rides and everything?
For the training rides with you mean the
Yeah,
training ride with
yeah,
combat? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I just send him a message like if you're going from training, hey, do you want to go out? For example, we have like a group chat with the group we normally ride with,
Mm-hmm.
and we shoot a message. And if anybody's up, we say, hey, let's meet at this point, and we go all to the point and plan a route we want to skate.
Oh, that's amazing. I've seen your, ride photographs of doing 100 kilometers or more, that's amazing. So, was Edwin part of your pack in the Dutch Ultra Skate, in the leading pack?
He tried to keep up in the beginning, but the lead pack was going too fast.
Mm-hmm.
It had to do the rain because we skated a higher pace as we normally would because it started to rain.
Mm-hmm.
And Leonard was leading the pack, and we all wanted to stay behind Leonard.
Oh.
And I believe he did a 300-mile plus pace.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it starts to rain, you have to you have to stay on a lower speed.
Yeah, okay. I understand. Whenever there is flaming Runde, the path over there would be like in autumn or what is called that when there is leaves, a lot of leaves on the path. Like what is your advice for people to ride over that leaves and all? Like what measures they have to take for safety?
I can't only advise, just take care, watch the road.
Okay.
You can't do anything else. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any particular wheels they need to use, or like it's better to push, or like it's better to avoid pumping, anything like that?
It's a personal preference, but I like 80 millimeter wheels
Okay.
because
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
it's low, it accelerates fast.
Hmm. Nice, nice. So, what is your strategy when you were preparing for the Ultra Skate event? When you're doing the casual rides, and how did you implement those strategies on the day of event?
At first the thing was really important is try the food you want to use at the ultra.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not really a preparation like 101 on the race, but
Mm-hmm.
I went for the distance, took the food I want to use,
Mm-hmm.
try if my body can handle it,
Mm-hmm.
and if it didn't handle it well, I have to change the food, a
Mm-hmm.
different kind of food.
Mm-hmm.
And you can train on pace. We did train on the distance pace.
Mm-hmm.
Like we tried to do the 250 mile distance.
Mm-hmm.
So on the trainings, we also kept the pace we wanted to reach in the ultra skate.
Okay. Cool. So, do you study your competition, as in like your fellow riders, as in like what timings they are doing, how they are riding, what kind of board they are using? Do you like to study your competition and participate in a race, or like you just go ahead and take it as like the day comes along?
I only study the map, for example, where I have to skate and the elevation,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really study the different riders
Okay.
because if you do some competitions, you know how good the rider is, and
Yes.
yeah.
I understand. I understand. Because Leonard was saying, like, I saw a rider who was riding along with me. He was doing better, like this, that. First lap, he did it in this timing. Second lap, he did it in this timing. He was like, okay, I need to do this. I have to plan my strategies. And he was updating and improvising his strategies during the race, it seems. So that's why I was asking you that question. Like, did you have anything?
Yeah. During the race I do, but pre-race I don't.
Okay, so you improvise your strategies during the race.
Yeah, I see how people are doing, like study how they are skating, how they are standing on their platform,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, like planning every second out. Like, hey, I should skate here, skate here.
No, cool.
Yeah,
That's nice. That's nice. So, do you like uphill skating? Because, like, I've learned from your post of Instagram post from Lena and yours, like you did some skating towards where there are three countries meet, like a border or something, and that's a bit of uphill. So, do you like doing uphill skating quite often?
yes, I like skating uphill because I live in the Netherlands is really flat.
Uh,
So when I have the time to go uphill, I dig it, I love it,
oh,
and try to go as fast as possible
mm,
up the hill.
oh, cool. So, do you want to be part of uphill races?
Yeah, maybe I should give it a try.
Oh, yeah. I understand your friend Addy Seeker. He is conducting a race called Shinesland King. I think that's an uphill race. Do you want to be part of it next year?
I want to be part of it next year,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't promise anything because I also have to take a day off, and yeah, there are some races I prefer over skating up a hill, for example.
Okay, okay, I understand that. I haven't spoken to Adi Seeker, but it was learned from the various posts shared through Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. Okay, so I want to know like your experiences with foot bike, like pushing a foot bike, and how does that help
Yeah,
with distance skating?
No, I purchase like these kick bike, food bikes for winter period when there is like snow out.
Mm-hmm.
I have a off-road model,
Mm-hmm.
so I can skate through sluggish ice or snow
Ah.
without any problem.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice alternative for a longboard because you can't always skate everywhere. And with the kick bike, I can take some gravel roads as well and off-road, and I don't have to. I can go everywhere, so I don't have to plan. Oh, I can't take this road because there is gravel, there is like mud, for example.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
And it also brings another dimension because you can skate it in the forest and in the woods as well.
Mm.
So it's a yeah.
Is that difficult to push compared to the longboard?
Yeah, it's harder. You have more weight and restriction of the tires,
Mm-hmm.
and especially with this off-road model because there's really wide tires.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. I understand you have interest with bicycling as well. So how does that translate to distance skating?
Cycling, yes, cycling was also a sport I did. I did some road when I was 12. I did also some road cycling,
Wow,
and I keep loving this sport. It's so nice to do.
that's amazing.
And any distance sport I do a lot. Like I do running, cycling. Sometimes I go swimming
Wow.
as well. But it's more of a fun factor. It's good to do some distance sport, but it's nice to do time by time something else than skating, because if you always go skating it gets boring.
Yeah,
You want some challenge as well.
you want to break your own routine then.
Yeah.
Nice. Have you been part of any ultra marathon, as in like bicycling, running, swimming, all one combined together?
No, I never did a triathlon. No.
Okay, that's nice. What kind of shoes do you prefer? And what do you have?
I like a lot the ultras.
Mm-hmm.
I have ultra riveras and torrents,
Mm-hmm.
and I like them for skating because they have like a zero drop and you have a lot of board control,
Mm-hmm.
and you have still damping from the ground, so you don't feel every impact. They are perfect for me,
Okay.
and a lot of skaters use ultras.
Okay. So does it have laces, or like it's like just slip on?
No, they have laces. Yeah.
Okay. So quick question. Okay. 88 wheels company wheels, or like orangutan wheels, or like seismic speed ones?
Ooh, it depends on the situation. I really like the alphas for skating,
Mm-hmm.
but they chunk too fast, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So for training, I like the speed fans in Mango Formula.
Mhm.
They are the perfect do-it-all wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And for racing, I go for the alphas.
Okay.
And I recently purchased the McFlys from 88 wheels, and
Mhm.
I want to try the more for distance skating for the going far and see how they perform.
Okay, that's nice. Do you like bigger wheels for skating, as in like over 100 or so?
No, not really. It's not my thing. I only like my Drop 2 from Lena, the low push platform.
Mm-hmm.
But on a hybrid, I don't want to go over 85, 86.
Okay.
Because the bigger the wheel, the harder it becomes to keep in motion while pumping.
Mm-hmm. I understand. And I also understand like you don't like scooter wheels on your longboard, but just in case, it's a hypothetical question. So you're given with a longboard, which has scooter wheels, which are like 100 or more than 100 And would you like to do street stand-up paddling?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Wow.
I don't hate these wheels. I've tried them.
Okay. This is actually a surprise for me. Like I thought you were going to thrash me, but you wanted to try. That's amazing. So have you tried SSUP? I mean, like street stand-up paddling, land paddling?
Yes, I actually did it
Uh-huh.
a couple of months just
Mhm.
for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like stand-up paddling, but I like pushing more.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's cool. Me too. I like pushing.
yeah.
I wanted to try pumping sometime, but let's see. Quick question: Exile brackets or don't trip rear brackets, or the custom bracket which Lena designed it for you? Which one would you pick?
If I have, I really want a setup back for the truck Lena made for me. It's a custom based delirium.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a delirium with a little drop in it, so it sits a little bit lower, and it felt so great.
Mm-hmm.
And it also felt like it had less flex in the base plate, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it's real.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like it's more direct.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. That's cool. Would you recommend for Lena that you want to make more of that or add that to the product list of MK longboards? That rear bracket.
Well, there are plannings to make let make longboard trucks like pumping trucks as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a future project, so I'm up for testing them out. Yeah.
Cool. Super cool. Super cool. So, what would you prefer for pushing, like a skate truck or a reverse kingpin truck? TKP or RKP? Traditional kingpin versus reverse kingpin.
They are equal to me, if that's an answer.
Okay. So what would be the
I
length?
don't pick.
What would be the length of the hanger you prefer?
I like the smaller ones. Let's say 140, max 140. Yeah, I like them wide, but on a smaller truck for the Poppy at 140 or 142, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Or on a traditional kingpin, I also like 137.
Mm-hmm.
So that are my favorite width hanger.
Okay. Okay. Do you like sphericals in your hanger? Spherical bearings?
Yes, yeah, both, yeah.
Both in the sense like also in the pivot cup.
Yes, exactly, in the base plate and in the hanger of the truck, yeah.
Okay. Have you tried any skate trucks wherein like they have varied angle, like Valkyrie trucks, like they have the varied angle from 35 to 45 or 48 or 50, Have you tried any of those trucks? Not exactly
No, I
Valkyrie,
didn't.
but varied angle trucks. No? Okay.
No, I didn't. No.
Okay. So why do you think like don't trip poppies most often break their kingpins?
I think it has to do with a lot of pumping and stress on the kingpin, I would say.
Okay.
Because your spherical is non-stop shifting over the kingpin,
Mm-hmm.
and it's getting thinner and thinner, and at some point it will break.
Mm-hmm.
But it can also be a fault on the kingpin itself, because sometimes you put a new kingpin in and it breaks, and it can break quicker as another one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So during your Dutch ultra skate experience, were you pumping all the time or pushing all the time? What was the percentage?
I would say I did 60% I was pumping and 50% I was pushing.
Okay.
I studied the course and I pumped where I had advantage and pushed where I had advantage.
Oh, that's really clever. You studied the track and then you chose what to do later.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I did everything on efficiency, try to be as efficient as possible.
Okay, nice. So with the Dutch ultra skate thing, did you count the laps for your, keeping up to the leading pack, or like you just calculated the pace, as in like I need to do this much of pace to stay in the, complete one lap in this much of time to stay in the leading pack? Did you go by the lap, or like did you go by the time?
In the beginning, I went with the pack, but when the pack starts to accelerate too fast, we made our own pack with some people and kept the 300 or 250 mile pace.
Oh, okay. You were going with the pace, not with the laps. Like I'm going to do 140 laps, which would cover 250 miles. You did not go by the laps, but you were going with the pace.
Yeah, I did everything by pace, but I want to stay in a group. I didn't want to go by the start all alone.
I understand.
Because it makes such a difference in efficiency. You have so much more restriction if you have no group in front of you.
Oh, yeah, that's incredible. Actually, you need so much of energy to do that. Actually, I would have gone by the laps because I'm a laid back rider. I would spend my energy slow. That's incredible strategy. Yeah, nice. What would you
Yeah.
advise for someone to stay in the leading pack?
You should be ready to stay in the leading pack. Know what your level of skating is. Just know what your goals are and don't go over your goal. Not at the beginning. Stay. The first 12 hours you should stay on a comfort zone. After these 12 hours, the race actually starts. So don't overdo yourself. Stay behind. Find a body on the same pace and try to switch position. Like you do in Tour de France, I would say. Try to make a peloton and switch from time to time.
Oh, that's an incredible advice, actually. Yeah, I heard you talking about TTX, I believe, in our interview. Have you heard of an S style for the rear bracket? Like wherein it's not torsion, it's just the single piece, and it has the axle. Have you heard of it? It has the same TTX kind bushing style and everything.
Yes, it's called the S-Tail, I believe. And
Yes.
I forgot the name of the maker, but
Me too.
yes.
Have you tried
Yeah,
one?
it's a no, I didn't purchase it. No.
Okay.
Not yet. I want to try it, but I was a little bit skeptical about how it will behave.
Okay. Nice. What are all the favorite places to skate in Netherlands?
It depends on what you see. Do you want to skate in the hills or do you want to flat grounds or along the sea? It's different. But a really nice place to go out is in Utrecht. And it's called Het Lint or Maxima Park. And it's a trek of 8 kilometers without much traffic, only crossings. And you have the right to go first on the crossing as well.
Oh.
So you can really train on your pace and do the challenges from the IDSA. But if you want more of an adventure skate, seeing things, I would recommend go to Limburg to the hills, skate some hills. And if you want some nice scenery and see the sea and some nice nature, you should go to Zeeland, for example. You have really long sketches you can skate without too much traffic or traffic lights.
I understand. So are you doing the virtual races of Skate IDSA?
Yeah, I do them, yes.
Cool. Have you done the 100 kilometer already?
I was planning to do it yesterday, but the weather sucked too much. It was windy, but after a time it became more and more, and I couldn't skate any on the pace I wished for. So I was underpacing myself. Says, I should quit.
Okay.
But I turned it into a 1 hour challenge, so I didn't go all the way to that park for nothing. I did a nice 1 hour challenge.
That's amazing. Even I would like to say that, it sounds nice. It's a rainy weather. I would have done the 100 kilometer race. But a fluff ball like me, I would have never done 100 kilometers. Anyways, just kidding. Have you registered yourself for the Miami Ultra Skate 2023?
I don't think I can go this year due some other activities and events. So I was really digging it. I really want to go there. I also talked to Leonard about I should maybe join their crew. But I should reply to him like I can't. I don't have time to go this year.
Okay, cool. So can you say a hi to Mr. Adam Ornelis, because he was the one recommending your name, Lena's name, and Titus Lazar's name, for me to interview. So can you just say wave a hi to him?
Yeah, sure, I can. I was like, hey Adam, thanks for recommending me.
That was cool. That's nice. Do you have any words to say about Lena Merringdale? Or
I have
for
some
FK
kind.
longboards?
I would say to Lena, yeah, keep your work up. You're doing really well, and keep improving it because there is so much more we can do to the products and to the people.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Uh, guess that brings to the end of our session, Marvin. Thanks for giving your valuable time for this interview. I'm so glad that I was able to speak to you. And thanks for your valuable time that you gave even before the session, wherein to feel comfortable talking to like who you're dealing with, what kind of video call it's going to be, and the efforts that you took for the mock call. I would really appreciate. And also today you've been stressing yourself to find the headphones and all that. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I would say like the stage is yours. You have 1 minute. You can say whatever you want to communicate to the distance skaters or to your family, whatever. Go ahead.
I have not much to say. I would say enjoy your skating.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun, enjoy your skating, and yeah, I would say check out our longboards. Check MK longboards. Yeah.
Super cool. That's very nice. Then that's giving me time to squeeze one more question. So, who would you recommend to interview next by me?
That's
Not a
that's a
compulsory
difficult question.
Not a compulsory question. If you want, you can pass it. It's all right.
Yeah, the guy I would recommend is already mentioned. It was Titus Lazar. I mean, he's a really nice skater. You should definitely have a chat with him.
Absolutely, I'll
But
try.
I don't know I don't know anybody else who would be interested in having a conversation or
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't know.
Okay. I'll rephrase the question, wherein like, what distance skater that you would like to know more about? It's not going to be via interview fashion, like in general.
I I really can't come up with a name. I don't
Okay,
know. No.
that's perfectly all right. Thank you, Marvin. Thanks for your wonderful time. We are coming to the end of the session, and I'm going to say the word that you taught me. Thank you, well.
Dankjewel.
Yeah, Marvin. Bye.
You pronounce bye.
Yeah, please, please. You were saying something.
Oh, I was saying you pronounce it really well. So my
Yeah.
compliments.
Kudos to my teacher, Mr. Marvin himself. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that brings to the end of session. Thank you so much. Nandri. Nandri. That's thank you in my language. And we use the same gesture as welcome.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
So have a nice weekend.
Yep. Sure. Thanks.
Cool. Bye.
Bye.